What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I am super excited because we're gonna be testing new e.l.f. and new Wet n Wild makeup. If you guys watch my videos, then you know those are probably like my top two favorite drugstore brands. Oh! Sorry, I just flung into one of the products, but they're both super affordable, and I would say about 8 times out of 10 come out with really stellar products. Of course, there are products from both brands that I don't love, but overall I consistently like their products and they're coming out with new things that really excite me. So I'm super excited. I figured we would just test them both out together today. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I went ahead and zoomed you guys in. We're gonna go ahead and get started. First, we're gonna prime the skin. Now, I have already tried this, so this one isn't a first impression. Pretty much everything else is. But this is new from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams Just the Cream Putty Primer. So they added this to their like putty primer line for the Cookies and Dreams collection, and this is so good. In my opinion, it's better than the regular putty primer. So I really hope they add this to like a permanent part of like e.l.f.'s collection because it's so creamy and good. So I'm just gonna go in and press this into this area on my cheeks. This is where I get enlarged pores, so I like to just put like pore filling primers in there just to blur it. This one's just so creamy and nice. So e.l.f., please, if you're watching this, can we add this as a permanent product because it's so good. So if you guys have not gotten it yet, I would highly recommend. I'm just gonna press that in. It also smells like cookies and cream. It's so good. Just to kind of help to blur out the face a little bit. Now, as part of the new Wet n Wild Bloomin collection, there is a face mist. So you can use this at the end of your makeup, or you can use it as like a primer in between, whatever you want. It does look like it has glitter in it. It looks really pretty though. So I'm going to unwrap this and we're gonna spritz it on our face as a little second primer, and it'll hopefully give us a little glow. Now, this is supposed to be available at Five Belows. Let me tell you, it's not at all Five Belows because I went to quite a few before I located it. And then eventually it's supposed to be coming to Walmart and CVS, I think. But Five Below is like the only place, at least by me, that you could even find it in store. And like I said, I literally drove around the state of New Jersey to try to find this collection because I like to get stuff out for you guys as soon as possible. You know, I'll probably eventually get it in PR. It'll probably eventually be ready available at like Walmart and places like that. But I like to get it first thing, you know, for you guys. So that's why I drove all over the place and finally found it at a Five Below. There is a palette in this collection. I couldn't find it, but I have pretty much everything else. So let's go in with the face mist. Looks like a little spritzer here. Okay. Okay. Ooh! Oh my God, my eyes! Oh my God! You guys, oh my God. I'm not even being dramatic. That actually really stings. Okay. I think I got like a lot by my eye area. Oh my goodness, okay. I'm gonna let that dry before I open my eyes again because that stung. Woo! Wet n Wilds, come on. I'm just talking about how I love most of your products. Okay. The sprayer on this, I'm just gonna like dot this eye. All right, we're good now. You gotta make sure that that dries before you open your eyes or it will sting badly. Okay. Sprayer on this is really harsh. It is not a light mist whatsoever at all, so I don't like that. It was giving me very much water gun to the face, which is unfortunate. It has a nice scent to it. It's not super overpowering. It's like a cherry kind of scent. It's definitely scented, but to me the biggest issue is just it's really intense spray on the face and definitely stung my eyes when I opened them at first before it was fully set down. Give it like 30 seconds to really dry before you open your eyes, which is kind of annoying. But I will say my face looks glowy. It looks pretty. This is falling out. Let me adjust that. But actually gave a really pretty glow to my face. So it's like, if you don't mind the water gun to the face and you don't mind waiting 30 seconds to open your eyes, is it a pretty product? Yes, I believe this was $4 at Five Below. And it really did give me a pretty glow. So I'm kind of torn on this. I will say that. We'll use it again at the end of the tutorial and spritz it on our face and see again. But yeah, water gun to the face, yes, but does it look pretty? Yes. Okay, these clips are really not doing it for me today. I need you to stay, please. Okay, now, what I'm most excited about is the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation, but when I use powder foundation, a lot of the times I will do my concealer first because I don't typically love to put cream products over powder. So I think I'm gonna do my concealer first and then we're gonna go in with the powder and see how that works. You could do it either way. It's kind of just a personal preference thing. I just like to do it that way. So since we're using the camo powder, I'm just gonna use the camo concealer. This is the hydrating one. I'm gonna just use this to like spot conceal my blemishes, and then I have a little bit of a lighter shade that I'll use underneath my eyes. Okay, so just gonna go in and just spot conceal. I'm using a concealer that probably looks a little dark, but just because my face is obviously lighter than my neck is. Now to blend this out, I'm gonna use the new Marble sponge. This is also from the e.l.f. Cookies and Cream collection. I love this. It's so nice. Obviously it's like super cute looking because it looks like marble, but it also is like super soft and bouncy. So I really do like this. And I'm just gonna go in and blend out the concealer. Let me know, you guys, when you use powder foundation, do you do your concealer and like other cream products first and then go in with it? Or do you do concealer on top? Because there aren't really powder concealers, at least not that I necessarily know of. Most concealers are in liquid form. So I would be interested to know how you guys do it, but just gonna blend that out to help just spot conceal it. And now I'm gonna go in with a little bit underneath my eyes. We're gonna do more of like a lighter makeup look today anyways, but y'all know I still need some concealer. And I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm super intrigued by the powder foundation though, because it's supposed to have a natural finish, not a matte finish, where I feel like so often when we think about powders, we always think matte, matte, matte. And so for me, somebody having dry skin, that's not always something that's gonna work for me. There's like very few powder foundations that really work nicely for me. Fenty is one of them, but that is obviously at a higher price point. So I'm very interested to see how the e.l.f. one works because it retails for $11. So it's obviously much more affordable. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and test it out. So I have a light 250 here. I do have medium 310 as well. So we'll see, this one might be a little too light compared to my neck, but we'll check it out. This is what the packaging looks like. Inside super nice. You get the products here, you get a nice mirror, and then underneath there is this little sponge thing. So I am gonna try and apply it with this. Typically I hate these with products and I never really use them, but I'm gonna try it out this way, and then we can try it out with a typical brush as well to see the difference. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this little sponge thing and I'm going to apply it to the face. Oh, this should be deep enough, I think. And just kind of wipe it on the skin. I'm not super like used to using these things, so I'm like, I don't know if I should be wiping or tapping, but I'm gonna do it on half of my face with this. Now this foundation is supposed to be primer infused, which is interesting, and it is supposed to be buildable coverage, and it does say that you can build it up to be full coverage. Because I feel like most times when you think powder foundation, you wouldn't necessarily think full coverage. This is actually giving me a really nice coverage right off the bat. I feel like this applicator is throwing me a little bit though. I'm just not used to using a product like this. I like the coverage that it gives me, but I feel like it almost looks a little uneven, but I think it's from this. So I'm gonna try on the other side of my face with a regular, just like powder brush, and we'll see how this works. I'm gonna go in and press it into the skin and then kind of swirl. Okay, yes, I like this way much better with like a fluffy powder brush like this instead of kind of like dragging this on the skin. I think that was the problem, is I was like dragging it, and that's what made it appear more like uneven on this side. I'm gonna go in with the brush over here and just kind of even that out a little bit. The coverage that this product gives is insane. Like, this is the most full coverage powder foundation that I've ever used. Like, it really is full coverage. I'm like not going with any extra product. I'm just trying buffing it into the skin because I'm like, I feel like I didn't even need to use as much as I did. Like, it's like giving a very good coverage to the skin. Wow, I'm looking at it up close. Like, this is very, very nice. If you are a powder foundation fan, you are really gonna love this. It really blurs out the skin. Like, you can see an absolute difference between this product on my face. I did not put it on my under eyes. I'm gonna just set my under eyes with a translucent powder because this will be a little bit too dark to set on my under eyes. The difference on my under eyes versus the rest of my face where I have this powder is like stark, in like my face looks very smoothed over and airbrushed, where like my under eyes obviously look like they still need to be set with powder. Okay, I have the eyes all set. Now I am very, very impressed with this. I did not think it was gonna be nearly as much coverage as it is. Like, it really is a full coverage product. I think this would also be incredible if you don't like to use just powder foundations, using this to set a liquid foundation and add extra coverage. I used to do that all the time, where I would use a powder foundation to set my liquid foundation. If I wanted to really amp up the coverage, this would be like the perfect product for that. And even though I used it solely as a foundation today, my face does not feel dry. It feels normal, just like it would with any other typical like liquid foundation on it. So that's really nice as well. If you have dry skin, I do think that you can use this. You don't have to be scared of it like a lot of other powder foundations that can just be like disastrous if you have dry skin. And there are 30 different shades in this, which is awesome. So there should be hopefully a shade for everybody. I really like this. I want to use this again and use it to set a liquid as well to see how that works, but just on its own as a foundation is beautiful. The blur that it gave to my skin is really what I like. It like visibly smoothed and airbrushed my skin out, which is really nice. So definitely worth the $11 in my opinion. I will continue to wear it today, so check the description box. I'll probably wear it for at least another 6 hours. where I can update you guys if anything like goes wonky with it or it starts to make me feel really dry, but so far it does not at all, and I really do like it. Okay, now for our eyes, we're gonna jump in with a new e.l.f. Bite Size Shadow. So I love these little bite size palettes, but they came out with some new shades and colorways, I wanna say about a month and a half ago to 2 months ago. So they're not like brand new, but I personally haven't tried them yet. This one I thought was really, really nice. This is the I Love You a Latte. So you get 4 different shades in this. I'm gonna go ahead and just open it up so I can show you guys. So why I really like this is like typically I found myself in like the past 6 months or so, I use a lot less shadow than I used to. Like on a daily basis, I definitely don't use a ton of eyeshadow anymore. So this palette I thought would be really, really great because you basically get like your very basic everyday neutrals. They're all matte and you can kind of just use them to contour out the eye and emphasize it instead of like this big crazy, you know, eyeshadow look. So that's why this really spoke to me. I thought it would be a good like everyday palette. So we're gonna see. These 2 middle shades are kind of similar though. I wish they were like a little bit more different, but I'm gonna go in with this one first and put that in my crease. So I'm just gonna go and apply that to my crease and blend into the upper crease area as well, just kind of to contour out that eye and crease. So far this shadow is blending easily and it's nice and pigmented. Then I'm gonna go in with this next shade right here. Pretty similar, but I'm going to just keep this in the actual crease. To me, it's interesting because this shade is darker than this shade is, so I don't know why they're not swapped the other way in the palette, like so it goes lightest to darkest, because this shade is darker than that one. But anywho, just a little something that I noticed, but I'm just gonna put that in the crease to further deepen it. Then all over the lid, I'm gonna go in with this lightest shade. I'm just gonna use a flat top brush to bring this on the lid. I'm just using a dry brush to do this and it's applying nicely. It's definitely pigmented, which is nice. And I should mention too that these e.l.f. Bite Size Shadow Palettes, I think they're $4. They're like $4 or $5. They're super affordable. So they're a great option even if you're just like starting out in makeup or if you're like me and just like to find good affordable products. And they come in a bunch of different colorways. This is just one of the newer ones. And like I said, I thought it would be good for like an everyday kind of look. I'm gonna use that lighter shade beneath the crease as well, just to emphasize that. Now with the deepest shade, I'm gonna go in with a liner brush and I'm going to press that into the upper lash line, bringing it about halfway and then bringing it out and winging it, just kind of doing like a soft diffused wing. All these shades are really nice and pigmented, which I like. They're all working really well. This is like the type of lighter makeup that I like to do just like on a daily kind of basis. And I'll just bring a little bit on the lower lash line down here, just kind of connect everything out. Honestly, a lot of times now just for a quick, easy everyday looks, I don't even put anything on my lower lash line, but I'm just gonna kind of connect the wing out and diffuse it down there. I think this worked really, really well. Love the look that we created. Obviously we have to add like mascara and stuff, but definitely think this is a great everyday kind of basics neutral palette for your eyes. And for the price, you just can't beat it. Quality is really good. Okay, now this I'm excited about. This is also new from e.l.f. This is the Lash Beats Defining and Lengthening Mascara. So this looks super similar to another mascara that they came out with. I actually didn't realize that this one was different, but they came out with, I think it was called Lash It Loud Mascara. So it looked super similar to this. It was like rose gold with black, where this one's kind of flipped. It's more black with a little bit of rose gold. But the other mascara that they originally came out with was more focused on volumizing, where this one is more focused on lengthening and defining, which is honestly the type of mascaras I've been more leaning towards recently, especially when I'm doing like a more natural look. So I'm excited to try this out and see. So this is what the wand looks like. It's like a tapered wand. So I'm just gonna go in. I should probably curl my lashes a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go in and apply to my lashes. I feel like I have not heard anyone talk about this, so I'm interested to see. Maybe it's not good and that's why, I don't know. But I haven't seen that much on this. I think people might be confusing it with the other one and not realize that it's new, like I did. Okay, this is certainly not bad, but I wouldn't say it's like my favorite mascara. It definitely does do the length and defining thing, but I think because my natural lashes are sparse, like I do need a little volume too. So it might be a mascara that I would pair with another mascara that's super volumizing and kind of do one coat of each. And sometimes mascaras that are super volumizing are too just like clumpy and all your lashes just like clump together and it doesn't look cute, where this would be a good one to go in and separate and lengthen. But on its own, I feel like my little natural lashes need a little more. So not terrible, but not my favorite mascara. Okay, now I don't have a new bronzer to try, but because I ordered another of the Camo CC Cream in a shade that is clearly gonna be way too dark. This was the medium 355. I don't know what I was thinking with this, but clearly it's too dark for my complexion. So I figured let's try and use it as a bronzer because I already bought it. So I might as well use it. And I actually used to do this back in the day all the time with the L'Oreal True Match powder. I would use a deeper shade in that and use it kind of as like a matte bronzer slash contour type product. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this and let's see. Obviously it's not what this product is meant for, but because I don't have a new bronzer, figured it would be worth a try. It actually works nicely because it obviously doesn't have any shimmer or anything to it. So it just kind of helps to sculpt out the face, more of like a contour type product, I would say. But it could also be used to add a little warmth to the face. So I mean, another way for me to be able to use the product doesn't work bad as this. Gotta be resourceful. Okay, now jumping back to the Wet n Wild Bloomin' collection, there is this blush. So this is the Flower Power Blush. And I should say, if I didn't mention already, that this collection is limited edition. But if you do want it, I wouldn't sleep on it. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go in on my cheeks with it. Ooh, it's pretty. It's a pink, but it has very much like berry undertones to it. And it gives a really pretty sheen to the skin. Like it doesn't really look like it has glitter in it at all. It almost looks matte, but when you apply it, it does give a pretty sheen. So I actually really do like that. Oh, this is beautiful. And it's not too light. I feel like sometimes pink shadows can come off almost like chalky, where this one on my skin tone is working really nicely. And I like kind of like the berryness that it has. I'm gonna put a little over my nose too. Very, very pretty. Oh, I love this. And this is not scented like the spray was. So unscented, but very, very pretty. Okay, now this next product, I don't know how this is gonna work. So unfortunately, this is the Daily Dew Stick. These are new from e.l.f. There's a blue one and a pink one. I thought I ordered the pink one, but I ordered the blue one, I guess. This is the Acai Glow. I think the pink one is called Rose Glow or something like that. So I think I accidentally ordered this one, but we're gonna try it anyways. So this is what it looks like. It is a big product. And you're basically supposed to be able to use this with makeup to give like a subtle glow to your cheeks, or you can use it on no makeup days if you just want to add a little glow. It smells absolutely amazing. Ooh, it smells so good. It's like berry. So this is what it looks like. I'll put a little on my hand. Very pretty. Ooh, it feels really cooling, which is interesting. Obviously these types of colors, like these bluer undertones, they're not my favorite. It's not typically something that I go towards. So I'll say that right off the bat, I'm gonna try and reorder the pink one. But I still wanna try this because I know people do like this and I wanna see like how the actual formula works. So obviously we have powder on our face, so I'm gonna go in with a brush with this product. I think that might be the best way. Just gonna apply some to a brush and then tap on the cheeks. It has a very cooling feel to it, like a very cooling, hydrated feel, which I like. Okay, wait, not me saying that I was like literally gonna hate this and then not hating it. It's actually really pretty. I don't love the bluish undertone, so I need to get the pink one, but it actually applies very nicely with the brush and gives a really pretty like subtle dew to the skin. Like this is definitely not a blinding highlight, and you guys know I love blinding highlights. But there's a time and a place for something a little bit more subtle too, and this is actually beautiful. And it's not super blue either, so like I feel like I would still even use this one, even though I think I would like the pink one better. Like that looks really pretty and very natural on the skin, and what I think is most interesting is that it sits really nicely on top of the powders, where I feel like a lot of times products like this will pick up powder from underneath, where this one really didn't. It's sitting on top of the powder foundation and the powder blush. It's not picking them up and making it look patchy and like discolored. So this is a yes from me, which I thought this was gonna be a no, but it's really, really pretty. Put a little on my forehead too. Who would have thought? And I'm pretty sure this was like $6 or $8 correctly. I think it was $8, but very, very pretty. And you get like a lot of products in here. Like it's like a chunky product. I don't wanna like mess it up and push it all the way, but you definitely get a lot of products as well. Very, very pretty. Okay, now we're gonna go in with a lip gloss. So this is also part of the Wet n Wild Bloomin' collection, and this is a plumping lip gloss. So I got this in the shade, can I read this? Baby Blossom? Baby Bloomin'? It's like a light pink sticker with white writing, so I'm having difficulty reading what the shade name is, but it's something like that. There are 2 lip glosses, but at all the Five Belows I went to, I could only find this one. The other one I couldn't find anywhere. So, but this shade does look really pretty. It's like a light pink that looks like it has some glitter in it. So let me just make sure my lips are cleaned. I think they are. We're just gonna go in with this right on the lips. Ooh. It definitely has like a spicy kind of like smell to it. Like it smells like a lip plumping lip gloss. So far though, it's not stinging my lips or anything. I actually like the shade too. The light pinkiness. Not like super pigmented, but does add a little color to the lips and a little gloss and glow. All right, I'm gonna let it like sit on the lips because a lot of times lip plumping lip glosses, like they take a little while to do something, because right now I don't feel as though it's making my lips look any plumper, but they also don't like hurt or sting or anything at all. So let's give it a second and see if that changes. Okay guys, we're about 30 seconds in. The tinglies are starting. I can definitely feel it tingling. I feel like it did actually make my lips look a little plumper. Like, you know, does it completely change the look of the lips? No, and the tingling sensation isn't super bad. Like it's, you know, you can feel that it's like working, but it doesn't like hurt. And this was just on my bare lip. Like there was no barrier in between. So that's a good thing because some can be a little intense. So I like the shade. I do feel like it added a little plumpness. Like this is not gonna be like lip injections in a bottle. It's not gonna like give you these huge lips, but I like the color of it. I think it made my lips look a little poutier and plumper. So I like that. All right, now last but not least, we gotta finish off with this spray once again. See if we can do some redemption. So I'm gonna shake it up because it says to shake it up. Ooh, top is coming off. I'm gonna do like a test spray. Yeah, like do you guys see? Like it literally just like shoots out so fast. I'm gonna hold it far away and see if that makes a difference, okay? Let's go. Holding it far away does make a difference. Like if you really hold it like a whole arm's length away, I'm literally talking to you guys with my eyes closed because I'm scared to open them because of how bad it stung the first time. Okay, I'm good this time. If you hold it really far away, it's still pretty intense. Like it is not a light mist at all, but it's definitely better that way. I'm gonna let it just like set on the skin. I think what might've happened the first time is I held it close and I think I might've gotten like a decent amount of spray by my eye, which is why it stung so badly initially, because this time my eyes don't sting at all. So that's a good thing. But I wouldn't want anybody to go out and buy this and then be like, what the heck? Like what is happening to my eyes? Kelly didn't say it stung or anything like that. So it definitely did sting my eyes the first time. I'm gonna let everything set down, but I actually really love the glow that it gives to my skin. So it's like, Wet n Wild, can we make this with a better sprayer, but still give us this pretty glow, you know? Can we do something in between? All right, you guys, so that is everything. I feel like we tried a lot of really good products today, and even better, everything was super affordable. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll have everything linked down below, although I don't think the Wet n Wild collection is available online, at least not yet, so I can't link that. Try 5 below. If I can link it, I'll have it there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.